could I forget those? Now that I finally found them again. Hello. Okay. Horizon. Sorry. Hello and good morning. I do not have my other device, so I am not going to be able to keep up with all the comments as well today. Hello. Okay. Hi and welcome in. I only have one of my devices today, so it's a little hard for me to keep up with the comments, but I'm happy you're here. And I'll probably just have the angle of the camera a little different so I can see the comments too. I am just getting set up. I like to do that on the lives just so people know what all goes into it and can see all the parts of tarot as it happens. There, that makes it a little bit easier for me to see the comments. We'll see how it goes. Should do that to find people's birth numbers and stuff. That deck is interesting. Well, I have the whole deck, but the whole other part of it was pretty cool. Hi, welcome in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I'm just getting my decks all ready. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77. I hate when I do that because apparently, hi and welcome in, I either miscounted or I'm missing a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 1, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. Okay, so I miscounted the first time. Lord knows I love that. Hello and welcome in. Thank you for being here. I am currently just getting all of my decks out, counting them, clearing them, shuffling them, doing all of that. Hello. I like to do the setup during the live so that way everyone can both see what goes into getting a reading and also so they know that like no one's messing with the decks. They're all cleared. They've all been shuffled. They are all full. I count all of the decks out. And that I start off with all of them in the upright. Granted, even during readings, I don't necessarily take reversals because the way I read cards, all cards have meanings. They mean both the positive and the negative, just like all of us. And depending on how the reading's going, you'll know kind of what it's saying and the energies you're getting. Hello and welcome in. You can, yes, let me get at least one more deck out, unless you have just like a general question. But I can start taking questions as I'm getting the decks out, because I have a lot of decks. So sometimes people don't have time to wait forever. So you can ask and I will get to them. I just like to get, and I will use the decks that I already have out. Because this is the part where I get torn between doing the setup where people can see it or doing it. This is an oracle deck. My oracle decks I don't count out and go through because they don't have reversals. You don't have to set it up in reversals. That would be hard because this deck is different designs for each card. Some are this way and some are this way. Occasionally I will count them just to make sure I have all of them. But the main point of the oracles is just that you get them out and you get them shuffled. The tarot decks are the ones that I worry the most about having them. Counted, make sure you have all your cards because you don't want to give a reading and then realize, oh, I was missing cards. That's not good. And it's not what your people that want answers want from you either. Because then you're risking not giving the correct information. How are you guys today? This is another oracle deck. I love the artwork on this deck. It's so pretty. I got it for my birthday this year. It's one of my new ones. And it's made with cardstock, but it's not laminated. So it feels different when I'm shuffling it. My Moonology deck, oracle deck. I have 3 oracle decks. And then the rest are all different tarot decks. I'm doing all right. It's been, the past couple of weeks have been so, I don't know, lost track of what day it is and what happened on what day. It's been interesting. I've been talking to people, and I guess it's not just me. It just has been weird. It's been like a weird time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. Woohoo! All the cards are there. Yes, very confusing energy, right? I don't know, it's been, one person was it was like we're in like some weird space-time loopy thing. There's things that happened just last week that I swear they were a month ago, but it was actually just a week ago. And it hasn't been like so much has been going on that's why, or I didn't have any major event that makes things seem like that. So it's just been that way. It's just so weird. Yes, I love it when my decks all have their cards the first time I count. Sometimes I'll count it and it'll be like too short. And so I'm like, well, I recount and it'll be there. And I'm like, really? Why did I do that to myself? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 9, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. Yeah, it's like, it's almost, it's like, it's steel energy, but for me, it almost feels like we're in a bubble that's really full and we're kind of waiting for it to pop, but it hasn't popped yet. And so, but it's gotten so full, like so much is in there that it's all jumbled and confused together, but it isn't going in any specific direction. It's like the energy's just staying and filling up. It's not just sitting there, but more is coming in, and it's just, there's no more space for anything else. It's weird, and it's weird to try to explain. My other birthday deck. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. Yay! Thank you. Well, I'm very glad that you're here. I try to do lives somewhat regularly. This week I didn't get to them because it was like the days were just gone. I don't know. But I'm working on trying to do them more. And I need to start posting more videos. I also try to do shorts regularly. I have the 3 oracle decks, and I do a short for each one of the oracle decks with a card a day. I try to do. And then I do the lives. There we go. This deck. I think I'm down to only 2 more decks that I have to get out. This one and one other. Then I will be ready. Oh, thank you. Yay. I love getting new subscribers. I'm hoping to get to like 1,000 by the end of this year. That's what I'm kind of shooting for because it's fun. I love doing this, and it seems to be people like watching, and I'm able to help people, so I love that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. Woohoo! I don't have to recount this deck either. Yay! Sometimes it's the small things we gotta celebrate. Always fascinated me, and I myself a reader, but a very beginner, just practicing on people who's close. That makes sense. I have used tarot throughout since I was, it's been at least 20 years that I have done tarot. There's been periods in my life where I wasn't doing it as much, because that's how life works. And then there's other periods where I do. And then there's been times where I can actually, I can sit here looking back and remember readings that I had done for myself and go, oh, well, guess you should have listened to that, because that's what that did. Because I didn't always trust it, or I was like, it's got to be wrong. I want to do what I want to do. And then and that really bit me in the butt later. And then other times, I have one specific reading where I get, like, it makes complete sense, even though it didn't necessarily, life didn't turn out the way I had expected it to with that moments and those things that I was reading. The lessons that I had learned from the things was what I needed. Oh, well, you know, it's actually not. I love tarot, and I think almost anyone can learn it. I'm thinking of doing videos on like, kind of, I was sort of thinking of starting a whole nother channel, but this one isn't even that big yet, so I don't know if that would be a good idea for me to try to do 2 channels yet. But I was thinking of doing videos like tarot lesson type videos where I go over each one of the cards and how, even with every deck, like, I'm an intuitive reader, but I also know what the meanings of the cards are. Not just the traditional meanings, but the meanings for each of the decks. Every time I get a new deck, I read the guidebook that comes with it. Because every deck is made, the author of that deck tends to make it with their interpretation of what the cards meanings were as well. So they're not all exactly the same. And while and so I was thinking of kind of showing the differences, especially as lately I watch tarot on YouTube and on Instagram. I watch it on lots of places as well. And I've started seeing a lot of tarot readers almost kind of get yelly and mean to people who are trying to do tarot. And they're like, what do you mean you're an intuitive reader? There is no, you can't, you have to know the meanings of the cards. And I'm all, okay, but if you're getting messages with that and you get that, you tell them the meaning of the cards, you tell them what your messages you're getting from it, and you also let them bring they know their life, so you let them bring their own stuff to it. Make sure they know what you're doing, what's there. And then a lot of times the ones that'll say that, I'll be like, okay, but do you read the guidebook for every one of your decks? Because all of the authors have made the meanings of the cards are very different for each of the decks. They're similar, but they're with that author's interpretation. So I was thinking of going over like tarot lessons so people would be less afraid of it and could learn and maybe have thoughts on it. I just haven't decided if it's going to be its own channel or if I'm going to save them for when I can get members and they'll be part of the members thing, or how I'm going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. Okay, sorry. I thought I'd count that deck out. Now I'll read this. You can do it in this channel only. I guess it works. Personally, I think intuition is the most important thing to be able to read and understand the cards. See, I agree. I think intuition is really important. And I think being able to get clear, decisive messages. And I also think knowing the general idea of what the cards mean is good. And my thoughts with it was, if I made videos for like each card kind of talking about its meaning, like I wanted to do like, for like, say I did the 3 of Cups, I would do, or let's see, 9 of Swords. Not a fun card. But if I was doing 9 of Swords, I would have the 9 of Swords from each of my tarot decks, and I could talk about the similarities and the differences. And in that, I would also bring, like, the reason why I do intuitive is because they have these similarities and they're these differences, and the artwork, how the artwork tends to speak to the way the author was going with it. And just my thought with it was, is if people were willing to listen to me talk that much about the cards, maybe it would help them get more comfortable with the cards themselves. And so then they would be more comfortable to do it on their own. Not that I love reading for everybody, but I want everybody to also feel like they could pick up a deck and read for somebody else. Or if they get a reading from me or from anyone, I want them to have a general idea of what the cards mean as well. So they can be like, okay, well, what were my cards? Don't just tell me what the answer. What are the cards? That's why I always try to show the cards, so you see what the cards you're getting are. So that way, if when you're seeing it, you get your own message in it, you get your message. You hear what I'm saying and how I'm seeing it. But if you also get your own message with it, you can take that with you as well. Because I feel that that's very important. I have seen readers that are just like, you see them, you don't see their cards. And so I don't know. I just don't like the way that feels. Well, thank you. I have gotten all of my decks out. So you said you had a question. I can do that for you if you'd like. Sorry. I was getting a drink of coffee. But yeah, so I kind of think I want to do that. I want to start doing videos with the cards. My point isn't so much so they learn the definitions from me. It's more so people hopefully get comfortable with them. And so they have an idea of how they're comfortable enough so when they're getting readings from people and they see the cards, they might be able to take it themselves too and get their own information from them. So that's what I think my next set of videos should be. I should start working on that. But I've got all of the decks out and I have gone on random information. So does anyone have questions, or should I just start pulling cards to see what messages comes out for us? Hello and welcome in. I need to know, how does my crush feel about me? And I kind of confess that I like him, but I don't know how it's going to go ahead now. Okay. I am going to ask... There's a few questions that could be in that one. I can ask... I'll start with asking how he feels about you. And then I might ask if he even realized that that is what you were doing. Because you said you kind of confessed. And in my experience in life, if we're not straightforward, people don't always get the message. So, but if he did realize that that's what you were doing, that you said that you like him, if he realized that, I will try to see if I can get what he thinks and feels about that. But first, let's start with, how does he feel about you? Pink card. All right. Universe. Whoa. Cards. Universe guides. How does her crush feel about her? Ooh. Okay. Ew. What's he feeling about her? Not bad. So I asked how he feels about you. So this is his feelings towards you. We got Knight of Pentacles. Hey, T, how are you? It's glad to have you in. And we got the Moon. We've got the Fool. We've got Queen of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles. You're kind of a mystery to him. He likes you, but there's a little bit of scared in there too, to be honest. It's kind of looking like. I'm not completely, he's very kind of unsure. It's not a bad, it's some good energies going on here, but it's this like, he kind of had different plans on his life. He wasn't looking for someone just yet. And you're kind of taking him by like, which is a good thing, to be honest, because that means that he was focused in a different direction, but he is considering. He likes you, but you're a bit of a mystery. I'm going to see if he figured out that what you were saying was that you like him. I'm thinking it is, because that's why we're getting that you're a mystery and he's considering you here. But it's that, I like this, because it isn't head over heels, like, oh my gosh, this is what it's more of that, I wasn't looking for someone or something, but this is striking my fancy. I need to think about it. I need to take this into consideration, which in my mind tends to lead to more serious things. I'm doing pretty good, T. Tamana, T's Tarot does lives almost every day also. She is great as well. She does lives almost every day for like hours. I don't know how she has the energy to go as long. But this is, he's got this. I'm going to see. I like this because, and it sounds interesting that I would say I like that it isn't just head over heels scenario, but I like that when they realize they like something and they're taking it serious, like they want to think about it and look into it, because then it seems it's more serious to them. It's not just, ooh, let's follow this fancy. Yeah, I bet it does. Okay, Tamana, let's see. What does he feel about what she said? What is he feeling about what she said? That is not your card. That was my hand. I'll take it. I'm going to remember that it was there. If it comes back out, then it was for you. But I feel like that was more me. What did he feel about what she said? This deck, first card out was, huh. Okay. Is there some kind of, like, reason this would make... He wants a victory. So, like, it seems like what you said, he'd like to see something positive come of it, but he's not sure either how it's going to come about. Is there... Because he's got 5 of Pentacles, which I love this card's description of 5 of Pentacles, to be honest with you. Because if the rose would just stick up, like if the rose would stick up, it would start to be able to get the sunlight. But it's so in its own, which I realize it's a flower, but it's so in its own misery that it doesn't even notice that the sun is actually right up above it. It's right there. If it would just kind of pull its own head out of its own depression. So that's why I like this version of the 5 of Pentacles, because it's down and it's feeling left out, but it has its own ability to get out of being left out. And then you've got Father of Wands, which is usually King of Wands, which is this very passionate, and it's a passion but it's in charge and knows what it's doing and tends to, well, as you can see, it's a Viper strike. It's very, very that way. And then we've got Hierophant, which is the teacher, the learner, and the wanting to learn and the moving forward and going to someone else for advice. And can also be not necessarily going to someone else, but going to your higher self, talking to your higher self, getting advice from your own intuition scenario. It doesn't always have to be someone outside of you. A lot of times it is, but it doesn't always have to be. But then we've got Son of Wands, which is Son of Swords. Wow, why did I say Wands? Son of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords, which is someone who's very swift, very sharp, and hasn't learned the tack of being swift and sharp in a good way. So they can kind of be hurtful. And they come across even more cold than the King of Wands, because the King of Wands knows how to get what it wants done, and holds a tight rope, but does so with tact, whereas the Knight usually doesn't. And we've got 7 of Wands, though, which is wanting a victory and wanting to rise above all of this. And that was what came out last here and just kind of hung. So it's very much like... This wasn't even something, I don't know if it's just it was focused, well, like you said, he's focused on his career. This seems like something very not within his wheelhouse, but it is something that maybe he's thinking on. I don't know. It almost seems like he's worried that it would... Maybe his career is something, like he feels like he needs to get his career in order to appease his parents or to appease a father. I don't know, but it's very much, it's not that he likes you. We already got that, but it's very much like he's like, it wasn't supposed to be this time. This isn't where it's supposed to be yet. This isn't where I'm not ready for this yet. And maybe he feels like he needs to get his career in order before he can get into a relationship, because he needs to be stable to get into a relationship. That is something that happens a lot. Like, I totally can understand that feeling for people. He could definitely be needing that. Maybe that's what he's feeling. It seemed like he was worried about disappointing someone too, though. Like, I don't know exactly why. But again, he does like you, and it was giving that 8 of Wands at the bottom was very beautiful too, because it's like he'd like to see being able to do both. He just doesn't know how, or the importance of where to put the weight. So I would say give it some time. See, and if he's willing to have conversations with you, my advice would be, if you're also willing to be like, this isn't that we have to go right now. I'm not saying let's go get married right this second. I'm saying let's work together to build our life together, kind of thing. Like, I'm not trying to take you from your career. I support you in your career as well. Because that's kind of what I think it seems like. He thinks that it's one or the other, and that both isn't doable right now. All right, I'm going to grab a drink of coffee. Sorry, I know listening to someone drink in your ear is not always nice, but if I don't drink the coffee, the readings won't happen. I will go back to bed instead. So that's what I'm getting. Hopefully. And if you're serious about him and you're serious about a life, I would just imply that you're not trying to take him from his career. You want to help him. You want to support him. You want to be there for him. It's kind of where I would recommend. Hey, it's true though, T. The coffee, it's either coffee or I go back to bed. So I apologize for drinking noises, but it's either I drink coffee or I go back to bed. So, Tamana, does that help? I hope it's helpful. I am going to see what other. I don't have any more, unless you wanted to ask something, T. I don't have any more questions up at the moment. So I'm just going to shuffle and see what messages my cards get out. Thank you. I'm glad that it does. And don't worry. Yes, it does. Coffee, water. Honestly, I usually have both. Is my coffee and my waters around. It helps. And it helps focus. And then sometimes it helps you get in between the readers to be like, okay, I need to have a drink and then I will do cards. Okay, T. Don't worry. I know I put the donation amount up there, but I do more free readings than I charge. It's just if you want to jump the line. What is your question? And it doesn't have to be yes or no. You can ask whatever it is you like, because I almost do better at giving general ideas than I do yes or no's. So I can do yes or no also, but whatever you'd like. Okay, let's see. Tarot, T's Tarot, Spirit Guides, Universe. T is wondering if this Aries K watches her lives. Good luck charm. If nothing seems to be going your way, cast a spell. Hold up. This is way too many cards. I only take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9 of Pentacles. Nine of Swords, King of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Nine of Cups. I'm going to take this because what's interesting is I don't think Kay is watching all of your lives, but he watches some of them. We got Nine of Pentacles, pause and savor the results of your success. Nine of Swords, we all get a bit carried away with our worries sometimes. King of Swords, we can all learn important things from one another. Yes, usually I always do deeper because Four of Pentacles, treat yourself to something shiny every now and again. Page of Cups, let yourself be continually surprised by this thing called life. Nine of Cups, live in a constant state of gratitude. So, I think he does sometimes. However, the message I'm getting is more, you keep doing what you're doing, not just your life, and building on you. Don't worry about him quite as much. He's thinking about you almost as much as you are of him, really. But he's trying not to. He's trying to be in his own, like he doesn't want to. So he watches your lives sometimes and then goes, oh, no, I can't do that. I need to be over here doing this in my life, these things. And you need to just kind of treat yourself and worry and focus on you. And I don't know if he's given you something like a bracelet. Now, this could be wrong. I could be, and I'm just giving you what I'm kind of getting. But the first one out was good luck charm. If nothing seems to be going your way, cast a spell. But what I was kind of thinking with it is if he's given you a bracelet or a ring or some piece of jewelry, if you put it on, he might see it and make a comment about it. Like that might start the conversation for you if you wear that, if that's what you're looking for. Hello, Melanie. If you kind of want that, if you did something like that, that might strike a conversation for you or something. But for the most part, it looks more like you just kind of need to focus on you because he's coming around, but he's trying to not want to focus on you, which is so weird when people, well, we all do that sometimes though, that no, I can't. Yes, I can. No, I can't. Yes, I can. No, I can't is exactly what it kind of seems like in regards to your lives. And not just your lives, but with you in general. But this is looking a lot like you need to just kind of focus on your life. He might come back around. That what he actually does, as you know, what he actually does is on him. But he is working on coming around. And you keep focusing on you, doing what you're doing. Enjoy the life that you have built for you and that you've got going on. And I think if he has, like, bracelets what comes to mind. But if there's something there, it might, if he sees that on you, he might strike up a conversation about it if you wanted him to kind of start a conversation with you. He just ghosted me after 3 years. Hey, you know, people do that. It's not, I hate when they do that, but they do. But this seems like he is. And that's kind of that whole living in his own head. But that your focus needs to be on you. And go from there. But if there is like a bracelet or something, if you wear it, he might strike up a conversation about it. But at the same time, and this is not coming from the cards, so take what I'm about to say as with so much grains of salt ever. But if he ghosted you after 3 years and just totally disappeared, other than a conversation, take into consideration if you want that back. Because people that just completely disappear without explanation can be a scary thing. You're very welcome, T. Thank you so much for coming in. I am glad that you made it over. I enjoy watching your lives. I haven't been on YouTube much this week at all, but I always try to stop in when I see him so I could be like, hey, I'm going to help give you viewer count. Yeah, no, it's awful when people just disappear. Other than explanation, I wouldn't want much. But that's me. You do you. You know your situation and yourself better than I do. Gonna get another drink of coffee. Hello to everybody else that's come in, because my count it went up and then it went down, which happens. I am very glad that I was able to help. If I don't have more questions, I'm just going to shuffle and get whatever messages come out. If you stick around, sometimes other messages come out for whoever's in here. If you want a specific question, you can ask, but otherwise the cards tend to just I get messages that help people as I'm going, and I like to just do. So thank you guys for being here. Aw, thank you, T. I love yours too. Yours, and then the chat. You have a regular set of people that tend to be in your chat that make it nice as well, which I think is always good. The community part is great. All right. Angels, guardians, guides, universe, spirit. Messages do you have for me to put out right now? What messages do you have for me to put out right now? Ah. I can check on that in a second. Ooh, this is like way too many cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, it's 6. 4 is usually my limit, but I also realize that Spirit and my guides are as stubborn as me, so I'll take 5 to 6. Page of Wands, Sun, Star. Ooh! That, and I kind of love these cards. We got Page of Wands, Sun, Star, Lovers, Emperor, and Hanged Man. Nice! The only downside at the moment is that it seems like we still have to wait. So Page of Wands. I love this because it's the flirty passion. For me, Page of Wands, especially in this deck, it's that flirty, passionate kind of energy. And it's not... Wands are a fire card, and people always think of anger when they think of fire, and even when and wands. But a lot of times wands are passion, and because that's the other part of the fire energy is the passion, not just romance, which obviously it has that, but it's not always just that. Sometimes it's like my passion for tarot or something else that you are really passionate about. And this is like the flirtatious with it, and it's the fun and the beginning and that stage where you're kind of still just learning on it. And which I love that. And then we got Sun, which is happiness and happy life. And it's just like, it's not a wish coming true because it's already having all your happiness. And then right next to it, by the way, is Star, which is your wishes coming true. It's a wish being granted. It's that hope. It's also... in another way that Star has been explained that I really loved was accepting the healing and knowing you're healing and being good. But in this case, it feels, with this deck, and in this case, it feels very much like a wish coming true, which I love because you've got this flirty happiness, you've got the Sun, which is happiness, and you got a wish coming true, and you got Lovers, which is not always a romantical card. Traditionally, actually, Lovers was the choice card. So it's needing to make a choice or having a choice. In this moment, it does actually feel very much like it's a lover's choice. And it feels like it's an emperor. It's someone who's in their place. It's someone who's knows their ability to create their life and has created a life for themselves and wants to help create a life with you and for you. And not just for, but with. Because side tangent of mine at the moment. Relationships where you get into where they simply create a life completely for you is not healthy. You want to be building together. You want to be working together with somebody. And so that aspect of someone come in and just do it all is not usually good. Doesn't mean you both have to be working. There are different parts in building a life, but you want to make sure it's a partnership. That's my own tangent. Sorry. Then you've got Hanged Man, which unfortunately means that you still have to wait. We still have to wait. And also, we kind of got to look at things a little bit differently than we have been before. It's asking us to give the universe, give gods, give spirit, however you want to look at it, give them time, and also take a step back and look at things. You have this picture with too much detail in that aspect that you want it here and now, and you even how it's going to happen and all of that, and the universe is going, you're not letting it happen because you're hung up on certain parts that you need to let go of. So you need to kind of let go and let it come in a little bit more. But it's coming in. They're just saying, look at it differently than you are. If you would take a step back and look at things, you would see these things coming in for you. But you're so stuck on this one track viewpoint that you're not seeing these coming in. Nikki, I will look at that in a couple minutes. I am doing this really fast. I'm getting this message. So I really love this for all of us. Personally, this is great because this was a collective kind of thing. It was just messages. It's great. This part's a little frustrating because it's always frustrating when we have to wait. And also, sometimes it's hard to change our viewpoint. Sometimes we think that we are being open-minded. Sometimes we think that we're like, I'm here just waiting for, we think we're being open-minded, but we're not necessarily. And you got to sit right with yourself and figure out where you're not seeing it coming in and how you're not looking at it necessarily. Sorry, also, just so you know, I only have one screen today, so when I'm looking at my cards, I can't really see the comments. So I will look up periodically and read comments. That's why it takes me a little bit to respond to them. But this is really good. All of these were really, really good. Even this one, because usually when we start to change our viewpoint is when the universe can bring in all the good stuff for us, or whatever it is we need coming in. It's just, and sometimes all it takes is realizing that you need to change your viewpoint. You need to breathe, step back, center yourself, and then look at it differently. Okay. Hold on one second. Melanie, are you still here? I'm going to give her a second. Priyanshu, yes, in a second. I'm waiting to see if Melanie is still here because she had asked a question, and then Nikki is next. I know you're still here, Nikki. I will get to you in 1 second. Melanie had just asked. Yes, okay. Melanie's here. So I am going to look into Melanie's court date, guidance on her court date. Then I will look at Nikki's thing about her current feelings for the current feelings. And then I will go to, hi, Sarah. Okay, so Melanie, you asked first, so we will look at that. Let me see. I think this is the deck we're going to use for that one. Angels, guardians, guides. What advice do we have for Melanie on her court date? Okay, yes, Nikki, I will get that one after I get Melanie. Universe, guardians, guides. What advice do we have for Melanie's court date? Advice do we have? Ooh. Sun. I like that. It looks like it's going to work out in your favor. Okay, hold on 1 second. First one out was Sun. Then you had Judgment, Nine of Swords, Ace of Cups. This is... It's not... it hasn't been easy right now. And I kind of think it is going to be good. What comes out of this is going to be good, but it's going to be hard. But once it's over, it will get where you can kind of heal and you can go forward with your life. It's just that right now, Eight of Swords at the split on this one. Hold on one second. I'm still shuffling. I'm going to get a little bit more information. Yeah. It looks like it's going to be... yeah. You've got Sun. So I do think it's going to turn out for the best. The thing with it is it was Judgment, then Nine of Swords. But then there's also Ace of Cups. I think that once the court is over, you guys will be able to go forward. It's just right now, you're definitely very much in your head. And you're going to get to go forward using your wisdom, your knowledge. You're moving forward. You know the life that you're building for you and your son. I'm getting more information. I want to say, because the Sun was the first one out, Ace of Cups again. I think, and Star at the bottom. I love that. It's hard already, and it's not going to be easy, and you're going to have some more nights stuck in your head. But things are going to come about. Things are going to work out for the benefit of everyone. You and your son both will. I want to say that you're definitely going to get your son. Like, I'm feeling that, but I don't write that down yet, just because I can't predict the future completely. I'm not actually, that's not what tarot's about. And everyone has free will. But I think you guys are going to get to move forward. It's just right now, you still have a lot. But you need to use the wisdom that you learned from the relationship you had and from your life experiences, not only in the courtroom, but going into your future life. Pay attention to red flags. Obviously heal yourself, help heal your son, but also pay attention to red flags. Move forward. You've got so much going for you. And you have Ace of Cups is beginnings, and Cups are emotional. Yes. It's all amazing. The sun will pierce through. Yeah, that's what I'm getting also, Sarah. I am being very real as well. And I know the risks involved in this. But you're doing what's good, and you'll be able to go forward. It is a really good reading. I'm feeling your pain and your fear is what it is. But you've got this. My whole world. You're very welcome, Melanie. Okay, I'm looking back at comments because I was looking at cards. Can't do comments and cards at the same time. Trying to keep my son. Definitely hard. It'll be amazing. Pierce through all the clouds and your cup will be overflowing. Incredible. Stay positive. Yeah. I do agree. I will get there in 1 second, Nikki. You're next. Don't worry. I definitely do agree that I'm fairly certain that's what it is. I just don't, I don't say specifics only because I realize free will exists. But I think you should definitely stay positive. All of this, if you really look at this, so you've got Sun. This card popped out before any of the others. And it was the very first one. And the Sun is the happiness. It is the being in complete happy. Look at how joyful and happy she is. That was the very first card that popped out. And it came out by itself. Then you got Judgment and 9 of Swords. And you're in your own head already. And the truth of it is, and this is the part that I think I'm getting that is kind of part of the energies I'm picking up. You getting your Sun is the ideal situation, and that's perfect, and that's great, and that's what I think will happen, and I believe that you should have confidence going into it. It's just that it is, even with that, you're still going to be in your head. A, from the abuse that has happened, and then B, because you will realize that that also means your son doesn't have his father, and he has to cope with who his father is. And so you still have things that you're going to think on that are hard, but you're going to do good. You're going to have a fresh start with your son. Your son and you have a fresh start together. It's not just like you have a fresh start with your son as though he's been gone, but it's that you guys have this chance to heal and to move forward with your guys' lives, which is the 6 of Swords, which is, she's put her swords. Her swords are her lessons. Those are the lessons she's learned from the hard times. She's keeping the lessons, but she's leaving everything else behind, all the pain. She is even bringing her dog, which is her happiness. She's taking the things that are happier and are good, going forward. And so that's beautiful. That's how we should live our life, to be able to bring the wisdom from our situations and go forward with them. And leave everything else, heal the pain. Don't just like ignore it in some box. Heal the pain. Let ourselves feel it and heal it, but we don't take that into our future. And that's what you're doing, which brings you to another Ace of Cups. So you're good. Exactly. That's what this is. And it's going to be good. And you guys are going to be able to start your life fresh once this is over. Yes, you'll heal together, and you'll help him heal and help him be his best version. And in helping him, you'll find yourself being your best version and healing as well. So I am it is very beautiful. And actually, I think the order that they came out matters, because I think this one right here is more you feeling bad about him and just the in generalness. But you guys are going to heal together and you're going to go forward. I think it's good. I really do. It is really, really good. All right. Sorry, I was getting a drink of coffee again because, as I had previously said, if I don't drink the coffee, I'll go back to bed. Tarot readings won't happen. We'll all be sad. Or I'll be sad. Okay. Thank you, Melanie. I'm really glad I could help. And I am sending you so much positive energy and hugs. Because even when you win, it's still hard. Even that whole situation is just hard. And so I am sending so much hugs and love your way. I spilled coffee. Apparently, I didn't even notice it. Love that. Yes, I can understand. Thank you. I actually kind of felt like crying right when that set of cards came out. Ugh. But it's good. It's just the heaviness of the whole situation. I understand. All right. Okay, Nikki, you are next. I am not, yes, current feelings for you. You're very welcome, Melanie. Yes, I got what you're asking. I'm going to look into that. I'm not saying the name because I am almost positive I'm going to butcher it. I am very sorry. On that one. So let me see here, Nikki. What deck? I want this deck, I think. All right. Angels, guardians, guides, spirit, universe. Nikki is asking those current feelings. You know that name? Nikki is asking, you know who she's asking for is current feelings for her. Current feelings for her. Almost. Deck is haha. Oh. There's a whole lot of conflict around you guys, isn't there? I don't know if it's... He feels that you're his happiness. Sun was there, but Five of Swords came out also. So he feels like he has some battles to fight over it. I don't know if he thinks he's fighting other people for you, or if he's got people in his own court that, like, you guys being together is going to be some kind of... I don't want to use the word scandal, but that's what's coming to mind. But he thinks that you're his happiness, and he's trying to figure out how to make it work. He's trying to figure out how to get there. How you guys are going to work through all of the things that are standing in the way. Because he definitely sees some obstacles, but he thinks of you as his happiness. He's just thinking of whatever the obstacles are. You're very welcome, Melanie. Thank you so much for being here. And let's see. 8 of Pentacles. Ooh. He, again, with this, he knows it's going to take a lot of work. Queen of Wands. He wants a victory. He wants to be happy. He sees you as a happiness. So I don't know if you two together are a scandal, or if he feels like he has to fight other people off for you, but he definitely wants you. He's just got to figure out how to make that happen, is what it is looking like. And it's going to take a lot of work. But he knows that you're worth it. You're a Queen of Wands. You're on top of it. You are very passionate. You're very loving. And he wants to see himself there. He just knows he's going to have to put work into it. And I think that's what's holding him back right now. Okay. That's what I've got with that one. Give me... I'm not, yeah, Nikki, that's what I'm getting with it. There's not even really much for me to dig into that one right now, because it's just that he... But the good thing with it is that the Hangman did come out also, so he's trying to figure out how to make that work. Instead of just, oh, there's conflict, she's my happiness, but there's so much conflict. He's trying to find a good way to go around that and how to make that work. Okay, Devil Life. I will, give me 1 second, because there was someone else up here, I'm pretty sure, that had asked if they could ask a question, and I had a couple other people before, so let me see. Oh, Priyana Shu, are you still in here? And if you are, do you still have the question that you would like answered? Let me see, go back this way. You're very welcome, Nikki. Thank you for being here. And Thank you very much. I'm glad I got to help. Thank you. Priyana Shu, are you still in here? They might not be here. And then I think Devil Life, you were the next person. I don't have... Yeah, it looks like you were next. So if Priyana Shu's not here, and if you have commented, I will be there in a second. I'm going back in comments at the moment just to double check. Okay. All right. It doesn't look like Priyana Shu is still here. So, Devil Life, I will look into yours next. Your question. So, for you, your husband, you want your husband's feelings for you? And I know you've put the names down. I also know that when it comes to pronunciation, I am not great, and so I'm not trying not to butcher them. Life. So Arif, husband Arif's feelings for Samaya mention not. Okay, what's the mention not? Seema. Okay. So your name would be Seema. And your husband's Arif, and you want his feelings for you, correct? Let me get a drink of coffee. Seema. Okay. Even in the languages that I have learned, when I'm trying to pronunciate, it's weird. I don't know. I don't know how to explain the way my brain works to people. I'm not good at pronunciation. Some of it is also like, sometimes if I hear it, I can get it, but sometimes it's the way my hearing is, there's certain tones and stuff I can't hear, and other tones that I hear differently. Husband's third party spelling us to separate us. Okay, so you want me to look into that, or do you want me to look into his feelings? I'm gonna look, actually, let's see how. Give me 1 second. I know how I want to go about this, because there's a lot going into what you've said. I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to understand so I can get the best reading for you. Because you're concerned that the third party put a spell on you guys to separate you guys. So how about I look at his true feelings towards you? That's what I'm going to do. I have a spread that I do for people. Let me know if this works for you, okay? I'm going to tell you what it is. I do this thing for people that come to me with relationship problems, usually when they're having conflicts and they're in confusion. Not always spell work, but when they're having conflicts. What I do is I pick a deck, and I'm not saying that these are specifically the decks that I'm going to use for you, but I do like one deck would be for their partner and their partner's feelings and thoughts on the relationship on them. And then one deck is for their thoughts and feelings on the relationship. And then the third deck is the relationship and what advice I can get on how to bring the relationship back together and bring the relationship going. It's a spread that I like to do for people when they're having relationship issues. Does that sound good to you doing it that way? That way we get his feelings and his thoughts and feelings for you, yours, and then the advice that spirit that we can get on how to make it come back together or work, or if there isn't something. All right. I'm going to do that. Because I think that that would be the best on this one. I am deciding what decks I want to use for this specifically here. I think I do want to use this deck for him. So first I'm going to get his thoughts and feelings for you and this relationship. May I please get Samaya's husband, Arif? Can I please get Arif's thoughts and feelings for his wife and their relationship? Spirits, guides, universe. Let's get some feelings. His relationship with his wife. Knight of Wands. Oh. Temperance. Five of Wands. I wanted one more. You gave me two. Man, this Sun card is all over the place today, which is nice. The first thing I'm getting is he thinks that you also have had someone else. He feels like you've had someone else. He wants peace and balance in the relationship, and there's been so much fighting, and it's not... Five of Wands is ego and pride fighting. It's not fighting about the important things. It's not fighting to make anything work. It's... My common description, sorry for laughing, my common way of explaining it is fighting over condiments. It's fighting over if ketchup or ranch is better. So it's that fighting over, like, I like salt, I like pepper. Pepper's the more important spice, and it's the less important. Hey, Melissa! The less important battles. The things that don't actually solve anything, all they do is hurt. Three of Wands, putting work in, going forward, but like just kind of walking and following your passions, but slowly. Sun, happiness. He wants happiness. I'm not positive if that's with you just yet. Give me a second. I am going to do this deck right here for you. Angels, guardians, guides, spirit, universe. Messages can I get on how Samaya is feeling about her husband and her relationship? About her husband Arif and their relationship. Please get her thoughts and feelings on this relationship right now. Please get her. You're feeling left out. You're feeling left out in the cold. Ooh. You're feeling neglected, abandoned, left out in the cold. And there was someone, I don't know if it was before your husband or an offer maybe during, that you kind of regret not taking up. This is what this is feeling like to me. There was someone that was kind of steady. You didn't take the offer, but you're kind of regretting it. You need to spend some time. You've been spending time, and you need to spend some time getting right with yourself, thinking in. It's a hermit. You've been thinking. You've been looking at your life and making some thoughts. Will you? Okay. And give me 1 second, Melissa. I do see that you're typing. I'll read it in a second. I only have one device today, so I don't have my other one over here reading. So it's hard to read the comments. And then Lovers is the next one, which traditionally is actually a choice card. And you're in a position where you need to make a choice. 8 of Cups, which is you're trying to decide if you should be walking away or if he needs to walk away. I think right now you're thinking that that is a spell on you. I'm not sure if that is. That might actually just be you thinking that you need to walk away. But let me see what else there is. Let me get the relationship. Spirits, guides, universe. Please get a clear message on what advice there is for their relationship. Relationship. Oh, you're okay, Melissa. No problems. I just wanted to let you know. That's why I wasn't responding yet. Please get advice on their relationship. What advice, Spirit, Universe, what advice do we have for their relationship? Yeah, you're not gonna like this one. Although, okay. All right, what I'm getting now, I am getting, it's an interesting message, actually. I love this very much, and you can take it how you want. Either way, the relationship that you have with your husband has to end, but it doesn't mean that you have to leave your husband or your husband has to leave you and you can't be together. But what the relationship has been, the way your guys' relationship has been, has to end. You can start a new one with him. You can keep him. You guys can stay together. But if you guys choose to stay together, it has to be different dynamics. It can't be what it has been. It has to be built differently than it was before. So if you guys are going to stay together, it's almost like you have to start completely new with him if it is for you two to stay together. Knight of Pentacles, very grounded and building together. You guys have to be serious with each other and building together. Page of Wands, you also have to be fun with each other. You have to bring the fun and the flirty passions back together. In order for that to work, you're going to have to, in order for anything to work with him, you're going to have to do that. And it's not just with him. If you guys fall apart when you're in a new relationship, you'll have to remember to have the flirty passions, fun side as well. Ace of Wands, a fiery idea, a fiery passion that you'll follow. So, you guys have the ability to stay together, but you have to basically completely start anew with each other. And due to the fact that when we were asking his thoughts and feelings for you, Sun came out, I do believe you both still have love for each other. It's just you have to give up the way your relationship has gone down. You have to build it anew. If you guys are going to stay together, you have to basically completely start over with each other. So that is and even with you keep talking, So it's going to have to be a whole restart, and you're going to have to build it differently, or you're going to end up in the same situation. It's possible. It's just that's what I'm getting with that one. I'm sure that's not exactly what you wanted, and it's going to take work on both sides. And here's the thing, you putting in that energy with each other, if he's still with another person, do you, like, if he's cheating on you, do you really, really want him? That's this right here, is you need to sit down and get very serious with yourself and make the choices that are right for you. And I know it says lovers and it looks like it's that, but traditionally in the deck, this card, number 6, was actually choice. And you need to really decide what you want, what you deserve, and take nothing less than what you deserve. And like I said, it can, if he is what you want, you can build something with him, but it has to be brand new. The third parties have to stop, and you have to start completely over and rebuild. Or you need to leave and start something new with someone else. And when you do that, you have to build it differently than you did this one. So that's what I'm getting on this right here. I will check really fast, and then I'm going to move on to Melissa. But I will get a couple cards on his feelings for the third party, okay? I haven't done this deck. Let me do this deck for you on that one. Spirits, guides, universe. What are Ari's feelings for the third party? Emperor. Judgment. King of Swords. The third party just rubs his ego. And he genuinely thinks that you had somebody else. And if it isn't that you had somebody else, it's that you had wanted somebody else, that you were thinking of somebody else. But that doesn't make his feelings, it doesn't make his actions better. But I don't think he did it very coldly. King of Swords. He did it out of a sense of fairness, which doesn't make sense to me. I don't care if another person cheated on you. Cheating on them back is not making anything fair. It's not how that works. The only advice I've got for you is, before you have to get very clear with yourself on what you deserve, what you want, and don't accept anything less than that. And you can stay with him, but you'll have to make sure everything else changes. That's what I've got. Okay. I am going to put these cards with their deck. Yeah. Know your worth and value. Exactly. 2 wrongs don't make a right at all. And get very clear with yourself, and then from there make your decisions. And if you choose to stay with him, it's possible, but you guys both have to be willing to completely start over and rebuild, and it has to be built differently. I've gotten the most that I can off of that. His feelings for her weren't feelings. They were more acts of judgment calls and I am the ruler of my life. I will do this. it wasn't really feelings coming from that. Okay. All right, I am going to go. I have my earbuds, Melissa. I found them. Years together. Man need attention, soft talk, nah, fight. You agree with him and so. Yes, H at the same time. I like that I found my earbuds too. I'm so happy. My sound is better and then I can walk. H, I have some agreements on that. At the same time, women need the same concepts. If everybody's needs are being met, if both parties are meeting the other party's needs, things tend to work out balanced. And fighting only happens, actually, when people's needs aren't being met. So if he's holding up his end and she would be holding up hers, and if she's holding up hers, he'll hold up his. That's in any relationship. Okay, I am going to refill my coffee. So I'm walking away from the comments because, again, I don't have my other screen. And then once I get more coffee, I will read Melissa's question because I saw that you typed one up there. I just wasn't able to read it yet. Oh, magic coffee pot. Please make me the magic caffeine brew. Sorry, I forget that I don't have you guys muted, so you guys are stuck listening to me be crazy. Oh, you have water. I have a Keurig, so it's really fast, but in moments like this, when I'm like trying to do something else and I'm waiting on my coffee, it feels like it's an eternity. So, I'm going to read through all the comments when I get back over there. I'm just got the 10 ounces down. Now I'm adding 6 ounces because I have a huge cup and I would like it full. It stays hotter longer and I need the caffeine. How have you guys been? Melissa, I've only done one other live this week and you didn't make it. I didn't make it to YouTube this week. Like, I don't know. It's been a weird... I have no sense of time at all lately. Coffee, 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 coffee. You don't realize how much you talk to yourself until you realize, oh wait, there's people listening and I sound like a weirdo. Okay. All right, I'm back. I'm going to read all of these. Right? It has been so weird. I'm going to go back really fast to read. You had a chance, you pull a card for me. And I had a good talk last night, but I still don't think he's being honest. Okay. I will look into that for you really fast, Melissa. I can definitely do that now. I am looking over other things. Means he doesn't love Never do. Yeah, usually it's just Colonel. I had fight too. He brought one time tulips for Women Day. And understand what he said. You are like a man wearing pantsuit and fighting with me. I got the point. Gave him a kiss and a hug. Yeah. Yeah, I got, okay, H. I get what you're saying. That's the thing. It's not the thing. Okay, I'm going to touch on what H, you're very welcome. I want to touch on what H was saying about her husband, and that he, or her partner, and that he had said, you're being like a man always fighting with me. And Melissa is going to probably roll her eyes because it's a rant I go on a lot. Give me a second. So there's a card. If you guys watch tarot, which you're here, you probably do, there's the strength card. And everyone always, for whatever reason, society, and not just like the country I'm in, almost every society all over the place. So for this deck, this is what the strength card looks like, which I love. I love that this is the strength card in this one. And I think almost all of the decks I have, actually, the strength card shows that way. Because I don't think I have a traditional deck, a traditional strength card. In this deck right here that I never pull out might have the strength card be that way. I haven't, it does. Let me find it. And it might be one of the reasons that I don't use this deck very often. So, and the reason I want to do this is because it helps with my strength card rant. Okay. And actually, in my opinion of this deck, but see, she's holding the lion's mouth open in this. Now, even with this deck, I feel like she's doing it gently and the lion is trusting her. But a lot of times people look at strength as that brute force and the anger and the fighting. And they forget the very, very important feminine strength, the kindness and the compassion and the looking at a situation where you want, being in the situation where you want to, in that moment, yes, your desire is to just, I usually say punch the person in the face because, not going to lie, that comes to mind for lots of people, but you want to be aggressive. You want to just yell and scream and holler and fight. But instead, you take that second to have a deep breath. And I'm not saying you let them do whatever they want. I'm not saying that if they're cheating on you or they're mistreating you, and by they're hurting you, you let that happen. But you handle the situation with kindness and compassion. You take a deep breath and you look at the situation and you find a way to compassionately get what you need. You handle, we have taken the feminine energy, which is kindness and compassion, which are strengths. They really, really are. Having the strength to compassionately handle those situations takes a lot of strength. In my mind, it takes vastly more strength than trying to aggressively force a lion's mouth open. Instead, you're gently kissing that lion and you're holding the lion gently there. And you know that lion could bite your head off, but you also know that because that lion trusts you, you trust them. Because that lion trusts you, you trust them, and he trusts you, and you're holding it with compassion and with kindness and love. It is those are the feminine energies. They are, people always think of them as softer, but in truth, they are very, very strong. They are actually what the strength card is supposed to be. Even if you read up studying it, the reason it was a person. Traditionally, it was a girl, female, holding a lion's mouth open, and she was examining, like she's looking in the lion and she's holding, and it wasn't supposed to come off as aggressive, but that's the way it's continuously been taken. And in my mind, it looks aggressive to me. I don't like it because I see and I understand why that's the image that everybody seems to get. But it was supposed to be this concept of, you know, that no matter how much she's holding his mouth open, he could still bite her hand off. So he has some trust for her. He's trusting. She trusts him to not bite her hand off. That's why her hand is that close to his mouth. And he trusts her to not hurt him and to not do anything wrong. So he's letting her have her hand. He's letting her hold it there and examine his mouth. It was supposed to show the strength between the two, and it was supposed to show the need for compassion and trust, but it's been distorted. In society in general, it's been distorted. We've forgotten the importance of compassion and the importance of kindness and the importance of love and the female strengths, which are strengths. And it is very important to bring those to all situations. Okay, I will be done with my rant. But I think that is kind of what H was talking about. The softer, instead of the battle, going to battle fights, but holding those ones. Okay, again, sorry. I do that rant every time the strength card comes up, too. Haha, it comes off aggressive. Stop, I did. I'm so glad you said that. All right. I am going to look into you and Melissa. Well, I feel like I look around and we're missing that version of strength so much. We don't have the balance anymore, anywhere. And I think it's part of why things fall apart. And people, I don't know how often, like how many times people underestimate that strength. That having that strength can move mountains. You can tame, you can move mountains doing that if you can do those things. Yeah, but it's not just, it's that it is men, but it's also females. And it's the fact that instead of embracing the compassionate strengths, both men and women, because we all have both energies, but everyone wants just the aggressive energy. No one wants to use the other energies. And that's why we have the problem. And I don't want to sound like women should be women and men should be men, because I don't have a problem with men that choose to embrace the other energies more and come across more with the compassion and those things. And I've known some women that got very far because they did the aggressive scenario, but they also have a balance. You have to have a balance all the way around. Not only you have to be balanced within yourself, and being balanced in yourself, usually like me, I am balanced. I know very well that I can be aggressive. I know my aggressive side, but I tend to sway more towards the compassion and those sides, and I tend to be more on the feminine side of things, and I use those vastly more. I know my others, and I have them, and I can when need be, but I tend to lead more towards the other side. And no person is always going to be both. It's being able to know that you have both and how to use both. And then also it's finding in relationships, if you, like me, I tend to be more compassionate and more on that side. So a good partner for me is going to be more with the other strengths. So that way our relationship is balanced and we can build our life balanced and we can have each other's backs. Granted, I am also good, push come to shove. If I have to be the one that stands up, I will. I just don't always want to have to be the one that stands up. Not just for, well, I don't mind standing up for myself, but I mean towards other people for our relationship. Fight the world for our relationship, but I mean, you got to be fighting too. Dresses, makeup, hair, feminine attitude. You win your man back. Yes, but be true to yourself. If that isn't who you are, then that isn't the relationship for you. If that's what gets that specific person back, because you have to be true to yourself. Because there are women who aren't makeup and dresses and hair. Like, honestly, I am a very kind, compassionate, loving person. And as I've said, I lean towards the feminine side and energies, but I don't wear dresses often. I can't put makeup on. My face breaks out. And I'm fortunate my hair looks nice when it does its own thing, because if I try to do it, it's not that great. So in appearance, maybe I don't always look that way, but in person, I am that way, tend to be. And also, I want a man who's going to love me for me. I'm not going to be always in dresses. I like comfortable clothes. Exactly. I'm everything. I can't just be one thing, but I also know when to pick my battles, what battles to pick, and how to handle them correctly. All right, Melissa, I told you I was going to pull cards for you when I got back from getting my coffee, and I haven't. So I am going to pull cards for you. I am going to pull cards. I think what I'm going to do first, Melissa, is I am actually going to look at you. I know you want me to look at him, and I'm not saying I won't, but I want to look at you. I want to look at you because, truthfully, you are what you can control anyways. And so I am going to look at your worries. Except for I'm not going to, you already know what you're worrying, but I'm going to look at what you need to do. I'm just going to ask, what do you need to be focusing on in this relationship? Think she was saying I was funny, H. I am going to look at what Melissa needs to be focusing on. Guides, universe. What does Melissa need to be focusing on in this relationship right now? Does Melissa... Da, 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 da. Oh, awesome. Okay. Some of this you're not necessarily going to like. Number 13, which in this deck is broom. And I'm trying to get it so you can read it too. But apparently it's not focusing. Tidy up your life so you can make space for something better. In this case, you need to let go of the past mistakes. You need to let go of some of the previous issues. You need to let things go. You're holding on to those mistakes, and you can't rebuild with him if you're holding those hurts. I'm not saying don't pay attention to red flags if things start coming up, but if you have chosen to stay with him, you've chosen to rebuild with him, you've chosen to be with him, so you have to, and he's apologized. He said his piece, obviously, that's why you've chosen. My man asked once. And so you, okay, you have chosen to be there, so you have to let those go so you can move forward. Ace of Cups. Do you feel that in your heart? That's potential, dear. You love him. You guys love each other. You feel that you guys can rebuild and can build. So you're going to have to, you work on that. You go from that feeling of love, that feeling of hope, and that feeling that you have for that relationship. That's where you build. But you have to let go of those past mistakes. You have to let them go. You have to let the hurt heal, which is where this Hermit card comes in. There are some things that must be done on your own. You'll have to heal that hurt on your own. You'll have to not make him pay for it in order to heal. It means that if you've chosen to trust him, you've chosen to move forward with him, you've chosen to do this, you can't pick fights over those things again. You have to heal that hurt so you can move forward. And you're doing that. I believe you are, but you can't bring the paranoia and all of the second guessing of every little thing to build. You're going to have to give him that trust that you feel you have to build a relationship. I know trust is earned and respect is earned, but in truth, if we really think about it, trust isn't necessarily earned. It's given. Because when you start a relationship with somebody, you give them the trust of trying to be in a relationship and you give them the opportunity. And if they hurt you, you make the choice to leave or to stay. And if you choose to stay, it's that same aspect of kind of you have to give them the trust again so you can build together. Because if you don't have trust, you can't really build a relationship. So you're going to have to heal so you can build that. And so you're going to have to, and with your specific question and what I reread over there, when I read what you said, that paranoia and that lack of trust you have, you're going to have to work on that part on your own. Like, you have to work on that, and you have to decide if you're willing to trust him and give him that chance to hurt you again. And that's the part that's hard, but in order to have a relationship, you have to have that. Okay. Number 11, justice. Stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. To me, that's saying you already know. You love him. He loves you. Good. Oh, sorry. Apparently it disconnected me there for a second. Did you get number 11, justice? Where it like said reconnecting and then it said I was good. I don't know what you missed. Okay. Where was I at? Was I talking about the hermit still? I didn't even know it disconnected. I just looked up and it said reconnecting. So I don't know where I got disconnected. I am so sorry. Am I still here? Just at 11. Okay. So I was just saying you got 11, justice. And it says, if you can see, stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. Right now, that's saying you know you love him. And you know he loves you. And you have to stick to your truth. You know you haven't done anything to hurt him. And you know that you want to move forward. And so you're going to have to heal you so you can. You have to go forward. And everything's going to work out. But you're going to have to give him that trust to do it. So yes, right now I do think, and I will pull cards on his thoughts and feelings. As you know, I'll do that for you. But what I'm getting right now is you've got to give him that chance. And everything's going to work out. And it's just you've got to be able to give him that opportunity. Because that's the thing is trust. Everyone says trust is earned, but trust is given. You give trust. Now, they can hurt you, but there isn't really a way to earn trust. That I don't like that theory that trust is earned, because there's no relationship. There's no connection if you're not being vulnerable. If you're like, well, you have to prove you're not going to hurt me before I can let you in. Well, how do you know if they're going to hurt you or not? You're not letting them in. And so they're just there. And the theory with it is supposed to be like, well, they're supposed to show up. They're supposed to be doing these things. If there's no connection, why are they going to be acting like there's a connection if there isn't a connection? If there isn't that line of trust and then there isn't connection. If there isn't connection, no one's going to put effort into a non-existent connection. If that makes sense. In order to make a relationship work, there's got to be some kind of connection, and a connection takes vulnerability, and vulnerability means you have to choose to trust somebody. Okay. I am going to pull cards on him for you because I said I will, but that's the advice I'm getting for you, Melissa. What is Melissa's husband's feelings here? What are his feelings about the conversation they had? What is he feeling the conversation they had? Ooh, Knight of Wands. Cool. He's passionate. He's happy. He's worried about temptation, and not just that, but he's worried about working together. He's worried about how you guys are going to work together, but he is... Ooh, Page of Cups. Okay. I actually really love this, even with this temptation card. I will show you. I'll explain why. So, he's feeling... That's adorable. I don't think it's just temptation for him. I think it's temptation in the relationship, because I said how I was looking for what he's feeling about the conversation you had and the going forward. Knight of Wands. He's feeling passionate and happy, and he's loving this. The fear that he's having is this temptation. It's more he's worried about both of you falling into the bad habits that led to other things. He's worried about you not trusting him because of the things that have happened in the past, and also because give me a second. I'm trying to think of how to explain this. Okay. Best way I can explain this. He can't go his life without interacting with any other female. Like, there's no way to live life the way we have life set up in our world. There's no way to go about it without interacting with other females. And so he is worried that he will be having conversations, just conversations, not even necessarily friendship conversations, but he will have to interact with other females, and that is going to trigger problems for you. Because it's not that he doesn't know why. He understands why. He's just worried that it will cause conflicts and it'll trigger issues. And so he doesn't know how that's going to work. And that is a fear that he has, which I understand that fear. I understand it. I'm hoping you can understand it. I'm hoping I'm explaining it right, because it's not that he wants to do anything with anybody else or even have those types of conversations. He's just worried that you're always going to see any interactions that he has as a possible problem. And he knows why they would be a problem, but he's worried it's going to cause conflicts. Three of Pentacles. He wants to work with you, though. Three of Pentacles is working together. It's teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. It's that building things together, and he wants to do that. And he's hoping that these things aren't a problem. Page of Cups. He wants to be your love offer. The Page of Cups is finding the silly and the funny and the fun sides. He wants to build a happy life with you. He wants to have those happy, flirty, not serious moments with you. And yes, he wants to have serious moments too, but I'm trying to think of how to explain. It's the pig in the cup. It's the goofy. In this one, the pig even has wings. It's the dream life and the fun moments. He wants to have those with you, and he wants to build a life where you guys have those. And yes, because those moments are what's able to help get you through the serious moments. Good, I'm glad you get it. All right, I'm getting a drink of coffee, so I'm sorry for drinking noises. Okay. And I'm sorry if I said good, I'm glad you get it, and it sounded like aggressive. I wasn't trying to be aggressive. But it's those happy-go-lucky moments. He wants to have those with you, so that way you guys can get through the other moments as well. So I think he really is in it to win it with you. He's worried how that's going to look. He's worried that every interaction could be a cause for problem. And he's worried not only that you'll see it as a cause for problem, but he's also worried that those interactions will cause problems. It's not just that you will see it that way, but that they will cause problems, and he doesn't know how. Because you can't go and avoid every interaction with every person, but he wants to figure out how to balance it. Get over it completely until I know whole truth. And I feel like he hid something. I understand that. I think that's the part where you're going to have to take some time, sit with yourself, and decide if you can go forward with what you know now. Because from what you have said, you've had more than just one good conversation with him, and you guys have gone into detail over these things. And so you're going to have to sit with yourself and decide if you believe what he has told you or if you don't. And if you don't, that's fine. You are entitled to your feelings. I'm not telling you, I'm not saying that you're crazy, and I'm not saying that he's lying. I am simply saying you have to sit with yourself and decide what you feel and decide if you are ready now with what you have now, if you can move forward, if you can let that go and move forward with what you have. Because if you guys have had serious conversations, you have asked him, I'm assuming from talking to you, you have asked him, is this it? Is this everything? Is that all that I need? Is that everything that happened? Is that all there is? He has told you that that is everything. He's told you everything and said that that is all that there was and that that is everything. And so now you have to decide if you're going to let it go and move forward and be able to go forward or not. That is a you decision, and it is a very important decision. I'm not trying to belittle it or you. It's just you have to make that decision to go forward and how, and trust him on that or not. And if you don't trust him, if you really can't, if you truly feel that he's hiding something and he isn't going to tell you, you're going to have to go from there and decide what you do from there. But in order to go forward, you have to heal and move forward. Either way, going forward means letting go of things so you can move forward. Until you have decided if you can go forward or not, you're not going to go forward. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm talking in circles now, and I'm not sure the circles... I know what I want to say, I just don't know if I'm articulating it very well. And I'm not sure if I'm even... Am I still live? Okay, the counter is going, so I think I'm live. I don't know. YouTube is being weird today. I've been live for more than 12 minutes. I don't know. Apparently I was cut for a while. Ooh, I wonder how long. But you're not going to be able to, like... I love that. Okay. Are you still here, Melissa? Or have I, like, lost everything? Sorry if someone's in here and I coughed in your ear. I was in the middle of a reading and now I don't even know what's going on. YouTube is being difficult. Huh. Well, I don't know. It says I'm live. It's hiding. But was he hiding something from me? He never answered. Okay. That's adorable. Okay. Okay. Hello. Welcome in. Melissa, are you still here? I hope you got all of what I was saying. I don't know what is going on. Okay, now I'm getting it. Okay. Now it says you're doing an amazing. Yes, I'm here. Okay. Thank you. I don't know if it's my phone. Yay! I got you. You're here. Messages are coming now. I'm not sure why I wasn't able to read them. Good. That's what I'm getting is you're going to have to kind of decide within yourself if you trust that he's telling you the whole truth or if there's more and where to go from there. If he's hiding something, I would hope he would tell you. I'm not getting that he's hiding anything, but he's the one who would know that. Okay. And see, my counter's saying 0. It went from like 8 people to 0 to 1. I don't know what it's doing. I have no clue what these cards, what these YouTubes are doing. I know what the cards are doing, fortunately. I am going to get Secret Woods. Man, I am going to pull a Secret Woods for everybody at the moment and hope that YouTube figures out its thing. Okay, any good news just for you? All right, I can do that. Let me see. And then I'll get Secret Woods for everyone. Give me a second. Any good news just for you? Let's do this deck. Angels, guardians, guides, universe, spirit. Do you have any news? I'm just going to say news because I'm not going to say specifically good because I know then you'll give me like horrible or something because I know how you are. You're just as fun as the rest of us. But any news for Melissa? Just for Melissa. Not necessarily pertaining to her relationship. Is there anything Melissa needs to know in general for her life and herself? Any news for herself? Any news for herself? Didn't flip. I'm going to keep going. 3 of Earth. Okay, teamwork. And what was this one? Okay. You're not going to like this. I don't even like this. First card that popped out was 5 of Water. Disappointment, regret, and forgiveness. It's that forgiveness that they're emphasizing. You've got to work on the forgiveness. 3 of Earth. Talent, recognition, collaboration. You've got to work together. Forgiveness and work together. It's also saying you got to forgive yourself in order to forgive him is what I'm like really getting this aspect. And it's not that you didn't do anything. So I'm not saying that any of it is, I'm not saying that it's on you, but you are beating yourself up, not just him. Okay, I get what I've been missing and needing to tell you. Got it, or in what's coming in right now. Sorry. Again, I'm talking to myself like a crazy person. You need to forgive yourself. You're holding yourself responsible as well. Not just him. Yes, there is, you're not, but you're, I'm hoping this is making sense to you because I'm having a hard time explaining it. Because I don't want to explain it as though you have any responsibility in his actions, because you do not. But for some reason, you feel responsible for letting yourself get hurt. And that's what it is. It's not that you feel responsible for his actions, but you feel responsible for allowing yourself to be vulnerable and allowing yourself to get hurt. You feel as though you should have known better. You have been in situations and in places and you knew you shouldn't put yourself in that, and you are blaming you for allowing yourself to be hurt. And you need to forgive yourself first and foremost. And once you can forgive yourself, it'll be easier to move to forgive him and to collaborate. Here's the thing. My advice, my thoughts on this, what I want to tell you is, yes, it is a choice to allow yourself to be vulnerable. The thing is if you never allow yourself to be vulnerable, you will also never be loved. You can love, but you will never be able to be loved. You will never truly feel loved if you are not vulnerable. And the vulnerability doesn't come in the act of loving another person. It comes in the act of allowing another person to love you. Because those of us who have been through hell can attest that we can love people very much without letting them in. As in, I have people that I love very much. I care about them. I'd like to see the best for them. But I haven't, they can't get to me. Their actions don't actually affect me. Their behaviors don't affect me. What they do isn't affecting me, because I am loving them from a distance. I am loving them without letting them in. And your walls don't hurt others. Your walls hurt yourself. And you are feeling disappointment and regret. And you're feeling, you're mad at yourself because you let someone in. And that's how you get loved, though. You feel loved. Someone from a distance can't love you if you don't let them in. And the only way you can make a relationship work, the only way you can have a true connection and a true, real relationship, and not just with a partner, you love your children also, and you love and you let them in. And our children hurt us probably more than anybody else, but they're supposed to. And with them hurting us, we learn things about ourselves and about them, and that's how they learn. So I'm not saying that we should have walls with our children in any way. I'm just trying to use that as a way to show that we know their love, because they automatically ideally, there are some people that don't automatically let their kids in. And that's a whole nother story that I'm not trying to get into right now. But we kind of already don't have walls when our kids are born. Like they automatically are inside that wall with us. We don't have a say in it. And a relationship's developed and we can build that. But in order to have relationships with anyone, you have to bring your walls down. And right now you're not forgiving yourself. Because this is scary true. So is there any sudden destiny stuff? Fun time. I'm so ready to laugh. Actually, talent recognition and collaboration, that working together is actually a fun time. That's the part that is truthfully a fun time. And I realize it doesn't sound like it because it's working together, but building a relationship is. But let me see if I can get something with this here. Yeah, I'm going to use this deck. Does Melissa have any fun times ahead? Can we get some fun times for Melissa? She wants something fun. Let's see. What is fun ahead for Melissa? It's going to be like... Actually, this is really good. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, fresh beginnings, steps. Again, with that working. Nine of Wands, standing up and going forward. So yeah, it's still just working. But you have to forgive yourself and realize that being vulnerable is how relationships work. Word for word, the conversation last night. I am, well, and then if you work together, that working together and that building a relationship is fun times. Yes, it's work, but it's a sense of satisfactory, and it's teamwork in a relationship is a very beautiful and amazing thing. But it takes that trust, and it takes that. You won't get there, though, if you don't forgive yourself for allowing yourself to be vulnerable. And the thing is you shouldn't. We feel that we have to because we've been hurt so many times, but really, that isn't something you need to forgive yourself for, because being vulnerable is a very, very beautiful thing. And even if you get hurt a million times over, being vulnerable is how we develop relationships, serious and real relationships. It's how we have real connections with people. It's how we see real change, not only in our own life, but in the world itself, if more people would allow themselves to be vulnerable. So I understand why you have to forgive yourself for it, because getting hurt sucks and it's painful and it's miserable and we hate it. But at the same time, I want you to know that it is okay that you allowed yourself to be vulnerable. And I know that being hurt sucks, and I am very sorry for that pain, but it is a pain worth having, and it is worth that risk every single time, because true connections are that important. And I will stop ranting on you about that. The good times that are ahead are the building the relationship and the putting together and that starting fresh in general and working towards and having that seed grow. And that's even just within yourself. And having those connections are so important. A lot of abusive relationships. It happens. They do. Not just, throughout our life, abusive relationships happen. And so being vulnerable. I'm not seeing fun trips right now, unfortunately. Actually, I have not seen any movements come out on any of these at the moment for you. So I think you should spontaneously take one. Because I don't always see spontaneous things because they're spontaneous. They're the spur of a moment. So I think that, actually, that sounds like a beautiful idea for you and him to just spontaneously, even if it isn't a huge thing, even if it's just like you guys jump in a car and go somewhere for a day, take a day trip or take a afternoon or evening trip, do something spontaneous. I think you need it. I think you both do, and I think it would be great. Yes, H, I can look into that. Because I didn't see any major fun trips on the immediate horizon, but I think you should take a spontaneous one, Melissa. I think it would be great for both of you. All right, H, give me 1 second to get another drink of my coffee. Thank you, Melissa. Like I said earlier, I've only been able to do one other live. I think I did a live this week. One. I intended to do them like every day, but the days just disappeared. Which reminds me, what time is it really? Because my microwave has to be lying to me. Ooh. I have to get my charger. Hold on. If you guys die, I will start a new live. I did not realize my phone was dying. Okay, we are plugged in now. I think I'm still here. Holy crikey. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, thank you. This week, I have to see, what time is it? It's 10:30. See, My microwave. My oldest son would tell you. I'm going to tell you what my microwave has been doing. I have not had power outages. My time right now, it says it's 9:01. My phone is telling me it's 10:39 here. My microwave says it's 9:01. It's been changing the time periodically. Sometimes it's an hour and a half ahead. Sometimes it's an hour and a half behind. Sometimes it switches to 24-hour time. It's more than just an hour and a half wrong. Sometimes it's 20 hours wrong. Sometimes it's like 13, 14. It's just been switching, just randomly switching all on its own. The thing is I've had phones do that all the time. Okay, I'm going to look into that. I promise I am looking into it. I was just explaining this, and I think that the clock thing has to do with the energy thing. Here is 1940, so it's 7:40 p.m. there? Cool. Is it 7:40 on Friday, or is it 7:40 on Saturday? I guessed you meant quiet, right? I think the one man connected with work. Friday. Awesome. Okay. I was just curious. But yeah, see, now, I have always had any clock I've ever had. Not cell phones, because the cell phone is like connected to the thing, but any clock that like I set, like my microwave clock, or if I have a regular clock set up, it will never keep time right. Like it won't, I don't under exactly. And if I try to wear a watch, not only will it not keep time right, the battery will die super fast. We've always that's happened my entire life. And my oldest says that it has to do with my own energies, and he has the same problem with the batteries of watches. It drives him nuts. Okay, H. One man connected with work. He has some sexual desires, and my man who is so quiet. Okay. So I will look into the first one that's connected with work. I am going to use this. Sorry, the red cord's there. My phone was dying and it didn't even give me a heads up. All right. Let's see if I can move this a little bit out of the way. Probably did, and I just wasn't paying attention. That's my luck. All right, let's see what I can get. Angels, guardians, guides. What do we have for H's work connection? What is going on with saying she's connected through work? What is going on there? Whoa. Okay, I know cards flipped. Hold on. Two of Swords. Something you're not seeing, and it's actually really, really clear. There's some choices that you need to make, but you need to get clear with them yourself. Hold on. I got a few more cards that flipped on this. You're not fully seeing or understanding something. I have problems with computers too. Really, really bad. Like, I had a friend, growing up, I had a friend who would build computers and worked on computers. He was amazing with computers, and I could help build, and I understood. Like, I knew how to code, and I knew how to do the things with computers. But if I am the one working with it, it will crash on you. It will die on you. I've been through so many phones because of that too. They just have problems. Okay. Two of Swords. Back to what I was going on. Something that you need to make a decision. You need to get right with yourself. You're not seeing the whole picture, but your own doing that you're not seeing it. It's you're blindfolded, but you could easily actually take the blindfold off if you so chose. You could take the blindfold off. There's nothing forcing you to have the blindfold. You're choosing not to see the big picture. Three of Cups, which is collaborations and parties. In this one, it doesn't look good. In this deck, I always feel like it's gossipy, not fun tea party scenario. In other decks, Three of Cups feel more like happy going out to lunch with the friends, but this feels more backstabby, gossipy ooiness. I don't like it. Eight of Cups, walking away from something that isn't working for you, even though no one else understands why you're walking away from it. Other people in this, which I love it in this deck because it shows that these cups are still here. They're all still right there. It looks all good and happy. You've got your seven cups there looking good. They're all standing in stacks. So to everybody else, this looks like this is a functioning, happy situation. But this person is like, yeah, this situation does not work for me. I don't know what's over here, but I'm going over there because these are not working for me. This isn't what I want. That isn't what I need. This isn't working. I'm taking that other path because it's not working. I don't really care if you guys think it looks like it is. It's not. So I like this card's description, this deck's description of it, that one. Nine of Pentacles, putting in the work and seeing the rewards for it, being willing to work for it, and also accepting little gifts and finding the little pleasures in life. She's there enjoying her little life, knowing that she's worked on these things and things are going, and she's happy and content in what got going for her. She's happy. She's content with herself and knowing her work she can do. Now, it's not the most controversial card in the deck, but this is a card that I do a rant on. You've listened to me rant about strength. I rant about Ten of Wands so much. I'm sorry, I'm going to right now. Ten of Wands, he's holding all of these and he's moving forward. Yes, he looks exhausted and tired. However, in the traditional deck and in life as a whole, I believe, but in the traditional deck, the person, you actually see the house that he's walking to. In the traditional deck, the person is facing the house and is walking away. You see the back, they're slumped over, holding the wands. You see the 10 wands, which is his harvest, and he's walking from his field with his harvest to his home. And yes, he looks absolutely exhausted and overworked, but he's taking his harvest home. And so, and even in this one, really, I feel it's the same. This one's not as great of description. For me, 10 of Wands doesn't mean overstressed, overworked, and you're riding yourself too hard. It means that you have put in your effort and your work and you are bringing that harvest home. Are you exhausted and tired? Yes. But sometimes in life, we have to get exhausted and tired from the work that we've put in order to enjoy the reward that we get. And sometimes life takes that. So sometimes life takes that one. Well, hey, you know, the cards and spirit and universe gives the messages the way they do. So if I've been talking about both, and you're getting that, that's why I show the cards and I describe what I'm talking about, the messages I'm getting, so that way the people that are listening to me, the person that I am giving the reading to, can understand it. Because I don't always know if I'm getting just one or both. I just get what you need to hear. And I interpret what I'm getting for you, but you have to also do some interpretation on it so you know the message. But this 10 of Wands, not everybody, a lot of readers go, oh, you're overstressed and you're da-da-da. sometimes in life we have to push ourselves to those limits to be able to enjoy the rewards. And so I feel, and tens in tarot are the ends, are they're the end. For everyone, for the cups, for you go 1 through 10, and then you move into the court cards. So you're at the end of being exhausted and tired and putting in all of that work, and you're about to receive your rewards. You're taking your harvest in. It is a very good card in my mind. Now, if you're perpetually stuck and overstressed and overworked, then yeah, that's not good. But generally, when it shows up, it's saying you're at the end of that. You have pushed yourself to your limits so you can receive your rewards. And so it is usually, sometimes I will say like it's bad, but it doesn't, it generally to me, it just talks about putting in all of your effort into something and receiving and reaping those rewards. And that's what it feels like right now. So that's what I am getting for you with this. And I am glad. I'm going to read comments now. I usually try to have 2 devices so that way I can be, have the other one over here so I can see the comments as I'm going. I don't, so I have to actually like look up to see the comments, which takes away from reading the cards. So I get all of the, why all women are gossiping. This just feels like a lot of gossipy, conflicty things. I don't know if it's all the women in your life or if it's just some of those things. The best advice I can give for you on that is don't participate in gossip yourself. And if you aren't gossiping, others won't bring gossip to you. They might still try to spread gossip about you, but when you take yourself out of that energy, and now I'm getting into energies and not everyone likes that discussion, but when you take yourself out of that, if you don't participate in gossip, you will find the gossip falls away from you. And when you're not participating in it, it falls away from you. And also, people don't believe what is being said. They are probably gossiping. Actually, also, another part of why they're gossiping is they're kind of envious of what you've got going on for you. They see what you've got going on. You're focusing on work. You're doing these other things, and they're kind of trying to stall it because they don't want to focus on the other things, but they don't want to see you succeed either because they're not happy, and misery loves company. But the best advice I can give for you is if you yourself don't participate in the gossip, it will fall away and it'll fall short. Their gossip will fall short. It won't be able to bring you down. Okay, sorry, I got a drink of coffee. I forgot to apologize beforehand, so I'm sorry for the drinking noises. But if I don't drink the coffee, I go back to bed. The tarot readings don't happen. Nothing else happens. A Gilmore Girl reference. If I stop the coffee, then the walking and the talking stops and nothing gets done. It's just not good. The coffee is an important part for all of it. So, that people gossip to gossip. It's an unfortunate thing, and a lot of times it's to bring people down. But if you don't participate in it, it will fall short. There was a lot of envy. I was target. That happens. That happens, especially when we start succeeding and going forward. People do that. My advice is ignore it. Don't give it your energy or your time. Let them be miserable with themselves, and it falls short because you focus on you and put your work and your effort into you and your life, and that shows for itself. I am gonna get a Whispers of Healing, I think. I'm going to grab a Whispers of Healing for you. And I did not pull the guidebook on it, but I'm going to get it out so I can read it to you, because every one of these cards is very detailed and the information for it is very, very detailed. As I said, I have a playlist with all of them. So if when I do my shorts, I just tell people to go to the playlist. But in the lives or in personal readings, when people get personal readings, I will read the guidebook for them. And my playlist is the full guidebook description for every one of the cards. I have a video for each of them. Oh, I like this. Number 11, intention. I have my thoughts on what happens with people and about karma. And karma does its own thing. It comes out, but it usually doesn't play out the way we expect it to. They get their own, but it's not always how we expect it to, because lessons are learned, and sometimes the karma that they get is that they learn is their karma is supposed to be able to teach them. It's about them learning a lesson. And so we aren't always aware of the lessons that they learn and how they learn those lessons. So we don't always see their karma. It's not for us, it's for them. Their karma is for them, not for us. It is unfortunate. Well, no, actually it's not unfortunate, because really I have had a lot happen in my life, and I don't want to watch everybody else learn their lessons. I want to focus on my own lessons personally. I want to live my life. At least I have gotten to a point. I had a time where I wanted to see everyone. I wanted to know that they were going to get that something was going to happen so they would feel the way they made me feel. I don't care anymore. I've gotten to a spot for me where that's not what I want. What I want is to enjoy my life. I want to be able to enjoy my life, and I can't enjoy my life while simultaneously hoping to see them feel the way they made me feel. That's giving energy to them, and they're not worth that energy. My energy is going towards being able to enjoy my own life. And I believe that is what we are supposed to be worried about, is our own lives and our own selves, and getting to where we and put our energy towards ourselves. Because when you're hoping to see them, or you're hoping that they get their karma, you're also still giving them your energy, because they are a focus for you, and some of your energy is going towards that. And so I believe that it's better just to focus on your own. Don't worry about them getting their karma. Karma will come around. They will either learn their lesson, or they will keep living in their unhappy misery until they do learn their lessons, because it's how life works. And if they are in reality, if they're spreading gossip about other people, it means that they're not focusing on their life. And a lot of times, majority of the reason why people don't focus on their life, it's not because their life is so smooth sailing and good that they have nothing to look at. It's that they are trying to avoid their own pain and their own problems. They're unhappy, but they don't want to deal with it, so they want to focus on somebody else's life. And so they gossip, and they talk about other people, and they affect other people. They make other people judgment calls because they don't want to deal with their own problems, to make their own life, to make themselves happy. So they'd rather project it. And so I have learned, for me, that's where I stand on that aspect. Okay. I was going to read you intention. I'm sorry, I went on a tangent. I read your comment and I went on a tangent. Number 11, intention. Intention. Intention setting is a powerful tool for improving your energy and healing levels. When you focus your thoughts and actions with purpose, you increase the chance of achieving your goals. Intention setting can be done throughout your day. You might start your day with an intention that you add to as your day goes along. You can set a short-term intention, such as for inner calm while facing a tense situation. The stronger your intention, the more focused your actions. Intentions can bring fast results. Setting strong intentions does not mean controlling people or situations. It means focusing on yourself and directing your will. Being clear about your intentions will help you have greater positive control over your life and make it easier to deal with obstacles. Sorry, I skipped a line. Rather than thinking of your goals in broad terms, be specific. Outline a key intention for each day and hold it in your heart until you go to sleep at night. An angel rides on the back of a unicorn amidst a multitude of butterflies. Imagine your intentions are those butterflies flying forth to transform your day. Angels show up to remind you that you are always protected and loved. The unicorn represents the magic that is held within your intentions. The angel wears iris in her hair to symbolize faith and hope. The images adorning the angel's wings speak to your intentions. Remember to create the positive things you are longing for and not the things you don't want. Oh, you're welcome for explaining, Karma. That's how I have come to understand karma and my viewpoints on it. Obviously, others have others. And the truth is, we all can only go off of our understandings. And I believe that my understandings are what work and how I understand it, but I don't discredit anybody else for understanding it differently. If they have come to an understanding differently, then that is their understanding and that is what works and that's how they know it and how they have understood it. So I just share mine, but if it doesn't make sense to you or it doesn't work, it doesn't think that makes sense. I figured it's not your mother language. You said you're from Europe. What is your mother language? What is your first language? I can't tell. What can't you tell? You can't tell what your first language is? Okay. That's fine. I am going to get... Well, I am very... thank you for being here. It is a small country. Okay. I'm not going to play guessing games on it because if you can't tell, I assume there's reasons. And I will respect that aspect. I am going to get a Secret Woods. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. My numbers keep going up and down. I am letting it be. Don't worry. I am going to move on. H, I hope that I was able to help. And if you have more questions, I am here. Also, I have on my every one of my videos and on my about page, I have my email listed and ways to get personal readings. If I'm not doing a live and you can't jump in, you can always email me and I can look into things. I am going to get a Secret Woods for everyone that is here. Let's move on to that one. Thank you for being here, H. I have greatly appreciated, and I hope that I was able to help. Oh, thank you, Libby. I love all of the cards that I've got. Every one of my decks is very pretty in its own way. Let's see. What Secret Woods Oracle card can I get? Angels, Guardians, Guides. Can I please get a Secret Woods Oracle card for everyone? What Secret Woods message? Okay. This one comes out so often, and I absolutely love its message. Beast, transform the ugly into the beautiful. I am going to read it to you. It is such... please don't fall. Thank you. As I try to drop everything. Beast, transform the ugly into the beautiful. The beast is a shapeshifter who walks the woods at night, searching for those who call out to confront its terrible form. It appears only to the most courageous and desperate seekers of knowledge. A deeper look. It is time to face your fear. Look it straight in the eye and speak out loud to acknowledge its presence. No force in the supernatural world can outwit or outstrengthen your energy in this physical world. So know you are automatically the strongest being in the battle. When you stand up against what threatens you, the work that is done will build beauty, love, and creation. A beam of light that will outshine any dark energy. So that right there is calling us all to face our fears and bring out our inner light and the light of anything else. You're very welcome, H. I know you're still here. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Akriti Singh. Why am I feeling so depressed? Why am I not able to perform at my full potential? It's pulling me down. How to improve? Will this affect me getting my dream medical college this year? Ooh. Okay. I have been on live for actually 2 hours. I am going to take a quick break, but I am gonna, don't go anywhere, Akriti. I just really, really need to go to the restroom. So the live's gonna stay on. I'm just gonna mute and I am gonna go to the restroom and then I will get back to you. I think that you actually came in at the perfect time. Did you hear me read this, which was about facing your fears? I think you have some inner demons you need to face, but I'm going to pull cards for you in 1 second. I just really need to go to the restroom, so hold on 1 second. I will be right back. Hello. Sorry about that. I am back. Akriti. I am very sorry if I'm butchering that. Are you still here? Let's see. It says that no one's here. Don't blame you. I'd probably go also. But okay. Is anyone still here? If you are still here, Akriti, I will pull some cards on what you need to focus on to help you do better. If you're not, I might need to, hello, anyone still here? Give a couple seconds because I know that there's like a delay between me talking. Hi, Akriti, are you still here? Okay, I'm not getting anything, and this seems, my people count is at 0 right now. I'm going to... Oh, I have a major heaviness in my chest. Ugh. I'm going to shuffle this deck, and I'm going to give like 3 minutes on my timer. Actually, I'll give like 3 minutes on this. If no one says anything in that, then I'm going to go. I may come back later. I'm not sure. It's 11:11. It actually, I think I need to go. Akriti. I'm going to go ahead and pull Akriti. You're not still in the chat, I don't think. Akriti. This is way too many cards. Way too many. Oof. That's a story all within itself. I don't want that many. Oh no, the wind. My fountain. Alright, I don't think anyone is still here. Akriti, I'm going to ask one more. Are you here still? Says there's one person. If you're still here, I am very sorry. I just really did need to go to the restroom. I've been live for like 2 hours. Akriti, are you still here? Okay, it does not look like Akriti is still here. Okay. I am not getting any. All right. Looks like I am back down to nobody. Thank you guys for being here. I greatly appreciate everyone who came. I'm going to go ahead and get off because I have been doing this for a little over 3 hours now. Bye. Thank you guys. I'm going to try. We're going into the weekend. My kids are home on the weekend if you are here. So Saturday and Sunday, it's kind of hard for me to do lives, but hopefully next week I will be able to do a few more. Thank you guys for being here. Oh, I see hearts. Thank you guys. And Akriti, if you are here and I'm just not seeing your comments, I am really sorry. I have all comments up. I'm not getting anything. So I think you left. If you didn't, if you go to my page and if you email me, I will look into some things for you. Otherwise, thank you guys all very much for being here. And I will see you guys again soon, I hope. Bye. Okay, I have